friends, it's Crystal, your Leo best friend, back with another video. So for today, I wanted to re-emphasize that step number 1 through 4, were very much things that are going to get you to relax and to really start allowing the space that you need to keep going further into this journey. I also want to say that healing takes time. And so I know that I am posting these things every week, and maybe don't let it be overwhelming. By all means, I do not want you to get overwhelmed. Take your time. And by taking your time, you're really going to find out too if it really is something that is working for you. And with that being said, I want to go into step number 5. And again, if you are not ready for step number 5, write it down or keep yourself a tally. Like, do step number 1 for a month, step number 2 for another month. Like, take your time. So with step number 5, I will go on to say that it is being alone and really being yourself. What I mean by this is, and I did mention in my last video that I was going to unfold more of my journey with this episode. What I mean by alone time is, this is going to be the time, if you are going down this healing journey, where you really are going to be asked to spend time alone. And I know that kind of sounds bizarre. I finished this book, and I'll share it after this. I actually just finished it with the book club that I host online. It's a virtual book club. If you guys ever want to join, just send me a DM. Right now we're very focusing on self-help books, and anybody is welcome to join if you want to join. It's a group of girls. We just very vulnerable place where we can share anything and share feedback, just anything that has helped us in that position that maybe you're in, or a position that I'm in, and just kind of a big variety of different stages of our lives that are in it right now. And so if you ever do want to join and want to be a part of that group, just send me a DM and I will send you the information. So apart from that, the book club, it was about the book that we just read. And in the book, it actually talks about how every human's fear is being alone. And I thought about that, and I was like, what, it is scary at first to think about being alone. And mind you, I was never really completely alone, because as part of my journey, my boyfriend was there for me, supporting me along the way. And so I was never really alone, but there was times where I needed just that me time and that very alone time. And I get it now. Like, I get why I had to go there, because it will really teach you things that being in a crowd never will. With step number 5 and being alone, I just want to prepare you for this. And it's more of like a preparation, because you're making changes in your everyday life. Those that don't want to change are really going to feel uncomfortable with your change, because then now, as you changing, they're having to realize their struggles that they have, and a lot of people aren't ready for that. And I get that. Every single person on this planet is on a different journey. And so with that, in the alone time, is what I mean is that if you're very much like me and always wanted to bring everybody along with me in everything that I do, this is the time that it's really going to teach you who is with you on your journey, who is here to teach you things on this journey, who is here that you have to let go of, what are things and what is the time that I need to be able to give myself to really relax and really focus on me. Because if you really, really want a change, you're gonna have to start unlearning a lot of things, and you're gonna have to start implementing all these new things that you're learning. It's about unlearning and learning and learning and unlearning. So with that, with the time, it does come with being alone. And one of the things is that healing does feel lonely, and I will get more into that along the journey. But I will say that along my journey and along looking for that alone time, I did have to surrender, and I had to let go a lot of a lot of relationships, because a lot of people, how I said, are not ready for change, and that is okay. Like, people can stay the way they are, but for me, I knew that I was ready for change and that I needed change in order to feel better and okay. And so, if you are following these steps, just know and prepare yourself that some relationships are going to fall, and just know that not every relationship is meant to stay in your life, and you are going to be okay. And so with that being said, I actually want to challenge you guys for this coming week to, or actually let me read what I found. So it was a quote that I found, and it says, "Once you define what you want, there is always a way to it." And that goes with healing. If you define that you really want to start feeling better and you want to make change for yourself or for your children or for your family, whatever it is, if you really want to start making that change of feeling better, you have to define it for yourself. Define it of saying, I want to do this. I want to change my parenting style. I want to stop feeling depressed. I want to stop living for others and live for myself. Like, whatever it is for you, define it and know that there is always a way to it. And a thing that goes with that I wanted to mention as well is, I feel like a lot of the times these people that we carry along with us really just how do I say it, they've been friends for so long that a lot of the times we don't really know how to tell our friends the truth because of how much we know that it hurts. So the more that you start finding people that will tell you like the truth, just know that it comes from a place of love. And with that being said, I will go into this of my challenge that I want to challenge you for this week. If this week you get the urge of reaching out to someone to ask for their advice, or get the urge of asking someone just for anything, like what you should do with a certain situation, do this challenge and just stop and ask yourself, do I have the answer? And why this is one of the things that I'm saying is because it's really out of the normal to think for ourselves. So the next time that you are going to ask for advice, just ask yourself. I think we don't realize it, but a lot of people that we go to advice, they're gonna answer your advice based off of their own personal experience. We all have different experiences in this life. Maybe we went through the same thing, but we all felt it differently. And so when you ask people for advice, they're going to answer it based off of their knowledge, their experience, not based off of yours. And so therefore, you are asking for advice, they're giving it to you, and then you're living their advice based off of their experience. And so now you're doing something that doesn't even have to do with you. And just to go along with that, like, no one knows you better than yourself. And a lot of the times, like, when you do ask for advice, I feel like you just end up doing what you want anyway. You just want that validation of like, am I safe? Am I gonna be okay? So for the challenge this week is, if you get that urge of reaching out to ask for advice, like, just stop and tell yourself, like, okay, no one knows me better than myself. What have I been through? Define what you're going through and know that there's a way to always get through it. Some things that I love doing when I'm coming up with a hard decision or a difficult choice is I just journal about it, and usually all the times I get clarity on it. So try that, and then ask yourself too, like, what is something that I can learn about myself today? Because along this journey, you're gonna see that you're gonna start discovering the person that you are. And trust me, like, you're an amazing person. We all are amazing. And this journey is just gonna help you unfold that person that you have within that has always been afraid to come out. So this week, do that challenge, and also, what is something that new that I can learn about myself today? So try that, guys, and just know that healing does take time, and along the journey, if you ever have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me. I'll tell you something that worked for me that you can try. And so I just want to end it there and say, I know that this was a shorter video, but it is really about expressing that and really preparing you for what is to come. So I will stop there, and I will end on a quick prayer, and we will be done with this video for this week. So take a deep breath and exhale, and just feel. If you're sitting on something, just feel it. If you are laying, if you are standing, wherever it is, just feel the space around you. Just embrace it and just tell yourself, I am in this present moment. And then I will end with a prayer. I'm going to put my hand on my chest and I will say goodbye after. Oh God, I want to ask you today to keep giving us the strength to keep going on this journey, and also thank you so much for the time that you give us today and every single day that we wake up. I also want to say to bless the other person on the other side of this screen, and also I want to say thank you for all the relationships we have, whether it is to learn or to grow, whatever it is. I know that every relationship is here to teach us all something. And I want just to end by saying thank you, and I love you, and I love all you guys. And again, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me, and I will see you guys on the next.